inevitable time when Joe's limited mobility would finally require the permanent use of a wheelchair. But all that changed in 2017 when they discovered the keto lifestyle. Now known as the Two Crazy Ketos, Joe and Rachel each lost more than 100 pounds and learned firsthand that a diagnosis like diabetes, arthritis, mental illness, digestive issues, and chronic pain doesn't have to be a life sentence. Now they've made it their mission to facilitate community and encourage others with lifelong weight struggles and discouraging medical concerns to take back their health and live life beyond the couch. Let's welcome Rachel!
Oh my goodness, I love the unapologetically keto shirt. I am unapologetically Ketopalouza. We always feel so honored to be able to speak anywhere, the grocery store, if someone will stand long enough in an aisle with me. I love to talk about keto and I love to talk to people, but Ketopalouza has a special place in my heart. I am so thankful that Autumn has been so welcoming to us and we've just absolutely been adopted, thankfully, by her amazing family. Can we please give them the excellence that Autumn brings is just, you see it everywhere. Are you enjoying just sitting at a table and chair right now, right? It just facilitates you being able to take notes and really just be relaxed and enjoy yourself. Spread out. I want to have my drink out in front of me, right? It just makes things better. So all of these little details, it's just so precious and it's really unique to this Ketopalouza event. So raise your hand if you were here last year. Yay! I love that so much. Now last year I brought a bald gentleman with me. And he's not here, as Autumn mentioned. But when I was about to leave, of course, I asked my family, what do you think? Like, do you feel kind of abandoned? Like, am I not being a good mom by leaving when we just don't know what is going to happen with this storm? And my youngest son, Caleb, said, you can go if you will go and be an encouragement. So that's what I'm hoping to do. So now, raise your hand if you're the new kid on the block. Please don't go. I love it. So that raise your hand one more time because I am rejoicing in my soul over this. So now, y'all have been tagged like cattle. So now we know you're new. And we're not, you're gonna have a little bit of stalkers, but it's not that. It's that we want to go out of our way to make sure that you know that you're so very welcome here, that we don't want to just put the welcome mat down for you. We want to chase you with a welcome mat, and we want to wrap it around your face. Okay? So I believe that I speak for all the speakers today when I say we're really glad you're here. I came here because I want to see you. I want to talk to you. Like, for everybody that's speaking today, you are not a bother, you're not a concern, like you're not catching me at a bad time. I eat all the time. How many can testify that they know that yes, they're in the back. Yes, I eat all the time. So if you see me doing anything, drinking coffee, like, please interrupt, because I don't get to visit with you face to face every day, right? So this is please don't steal my blessing and not visit with me while we're here, okay? Okay. So you can find us here if you haven't subscribed to our channel. We'd love it if you did, because we'd like to continue sharing with you. So we share recipes on our channel. We do product reviews. We show what we eat. We share how to make keto sustainable, whether you're at home, you're on vacation, you're at work, you're at a holiday party. So stay tuned, right, for holiday times. And we have usually 2 weekly live streams, barring any hurricane. So. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, and I'm not a health professional. But what I am is just an average woman who lost a whole bunch of weight, got well, and now I have maintained wellness on keto. That is who I am. And how many people know that really it's all about just a thirsty person telling a thirsty person where to find water? That's what we're doing. That's who we are. We are also two people who have experienced a mom look. How many people here have experienced a mom look? If you don't know what a mom look is, there's a little sampling of it. It's funny, my mom, we always watch the Cosby Show, and I'm telling you, Felicia Rashad was my mom's mom look. So if you're looking for what did I grow up with the closest, she could give you a look that would wrap around the church, come back around, and slap you in the back of the head. And it was just a look, right? But it was a come to Jesus look, really, truly. So this is my beautiful mother, 75 years hot. Smoking hot, right? Yes, she lost weight, and she actually stopped the cycle of 50 plus years of yo-yo dieting. A lot of us have experienced yo-yo dieting, and we're really frustrated about that, but she had experienced more than 50 plus years of yo-yo dieting. So if you felt like you would bang your head against the wall and you'd only been doing it for 20 years, I want you to really enjoy some hope that there can be an end to that. And she's an example of it. She also reversed 20 plus years of type 2 diabetes, no longer a type 2 diabetic. And she was also able to clear out blockages within her heart that made surgery not necessary. And when I say surgery not necessary, I mean we were scheduled for the surgery, she was prepped for the surgery, she was wheeled back into the surgery to have several stents put into her heart. They wheeled her back in. I thought that maybe we hadn't signed something, and they said no surgery needed today. The blockages are gone. So when you have circumstances like that, you can't keep that to yourself, because maybe somebody else's mama could have the same situation, okay? What a delight, what a godsend she is. But bless her heart, she also had a mom look. She has a mom look. She can still make my 6'3" brother cry. Tears, right? Tears, all right? So now, and it was usually accompanied by a sentence that let us know she meant business. She had it. And I think that that's really something that we share in common, no matter who our mama was. If your mama could evoke a mama look, she had a mama sentence that went with it. And so if you're in our Two Crazy Ketos family, you may actually recognize this post, because I posted to say, what was something that your mother often said growing up that you knew meant she was on her last nerve and you needed to behave? So I thought it was funny to post some of the things that y'all shared. And some people may be in the room and they'll see what their mom used to say. I didn't use last names in case y'all get in trouble. So go to your room. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. Okay? So raise your hands if any of these resonate with you as we show them, okay? I like this one. I work my fingers to the bones for you kids, and ... That's when we just scatter and start cleaning up our messes. Like, don't let this young lady finish her sentence, right? Okay, there you go. Jamie said, I'm going to tell your daddy when you get home. Well, it looks like a Macy's Day Parade back there. Okay. I love this one from Donna Jo. Wipe that look off your face. So precious. Oh, well. Sometimes less is more, right? Like, oh well, all right. Don't make me stop this car. How many of y'all have said it yourself? Tell the truth. Yeah, I know I do too. I like this one. Now, honey, because she's giving that last little bit of grace in a dollop of honey. Now, honey. Yeah, okay, Auntie's saying it to Susan. I like this one. Anytime she called me by my full name. I knew, I was so excited. I was like, oh man, Debbie's going this year. Okay, I love it. You're not alone. A lot of people said this. My middle name. That's it. She said, Sean, you're Sean. Okay. This is fantastic. When my mom broke out the middle name, you knew she meant business. She was also extremely accurate with tossing her shoe at me whenever I was acting too much a fool. That happened quite a bit more than you could imagine. Angel emoji, angel emoji. I love that. I love that. But I gotta tell you, I do have a favorite because this is mine. 1. If we have stopped using words and we have come over into numbers, as I said this morning to somebody, I'm going to paint your barn door red. Like, if I have to get through these numbers. So my mom's line, if you wanted to know, is quit it now. Quit it. What was that? Quit it now. Quit it now. And she gave us. Look at her with this dog. This dog. If I'm hanging off a cliff and this dog is hanging off a cliff, I'm going to tell you she is going to hesitate. She's going to hesitate on who she's saying. Okay, that's Boaz. All right, so she would say, quit it, quit it, quit it, quit it. Like, she'd give us plenty of time to, like, get our stuff together. But when we kids wouldn't stop clowning around, and I know that you find it very hard to believe that I'm willing to act a fool, we would get, quit it now. That's when we knew she meant business. So today's presentation is going to be quit it now. All right? Quit it now. I get all the time, and I'm going to go ahead and say yes to it right now. Yes, you need to lead with me when you eat. Yes, you need to ditch the sugar, rice, pasta, grains, and frankenfood. Yes, you need to honor your hunger and satiation cues. Yes, you need to stop propping up your day on caffeine, and everybody knows I love coffee, but y'all know the difference between a cup of coffee and it's like you're propping up your day. I've propped up my day on coffee before. It is time to ditch the seed oils. It is time to move your body. It is time to pursue better sleep, pursue stress management. No, it will, you're not going to have this overnight, but if you have not achieved it yet, don't sit down, keep running, right? What do they say? When you're going through hell, keep going, right? So keep pursuing it. Stay hydrated. Yes, you do need to do that. Yes, thank you, Salty, for helping us to accomplish it within this 24-hour day, right? Yes, you need to be consistent, and you need to do this daily. Feelings don't change the facts. All they do is undermine the follow-through, okay? Feelings are not going to help you achieve your goals. I don't feel like stopping drinking coffee every day. Everybody knows me, right? Somebody showed me a tattoo yesterday that was like the best tattoo I've ever seen, and it was like a water spot of a coffee cup. Like that, but it was and that's me. I felt like it was always perched on me, right? I don't want to do it either. But here's the thing: when you're like, "But I'm an adult," and da 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 da. Well, you probably also had feelings about homework, about chores, and bedtimes when you were a kid, right? Your parents probably had rules. Did your feelings allow you to opt out of those things? Right? No, absolutely not. And I'm thankful that they didn't, right? Because y'all can be behaved in a room with people, right, as an adult. So I'm glad that they didn't let you opt out of rules. Okay, number 2, stop giving other people votes. They don't get a vote. So feelings don't get a vote, and other people don't get a vote, all right? Here are the facts, because I know that this is your concern when you do allow someone to have a vote. So let's get this right out of the way. We love our family. We honor our heritage. We value our friends. We respect our doctors. We appreciate expert advice. I appreciate anybody who's done the time to get through school. I have my youngest son just graduated from college. He don't know it all, but he knows more than he did 4 years ago, and I'm really thankful that he took the time to learn something new. So I appreciate that. But here's the thing. We can't stay sick just because somebody else doesn't agree with the way we're getting well. All right. And like, I can't help myself. There was a time when I couldn't help myself. I have to eat cake. I can't help myself. I have to do this. I can't help myself. I have to stay in bed. And I had to fight my way back to the stage. Every time I take the stage, is victory. This is such a unique victory because I don't even have my ball guy right here, okay? But I want to tell you, there were decades when I could not leave my home. I could not speak to somebody one-on-one, right? And I used to say, well, when you compare yourself, that's just a toxic habit that we have. It's not benign. It's a cancerous, vile thing. It blinds us to personal success. It's what makes us not notice the things that are important. It robs us of the joy in this present 24 hours. If you look in the mirror and you think, okay, magazines are terrible about this. They'll actually put a magazine article that says, who wore this outfit best? I feel like we need to write into the editors and say that's disgusting, because if you think that a movie star is not dealing with that same crushing worry that they're still going to remain relevant, and if they're beautiful enough and had enough surgery and all this stuff, we're mistaken, right? So when we look in the mirror and we say, well, this is what it looked like on the model and I'm comparing myself to what it looks like on me. Now I go to work not enjoying my day. My kids say, hey, have a good day, Mom, give me a hug, and I'm not present. I'm not in that hug. I'm missing out on things in this 24-hour period of time because of that. And then it also disrespects the precious and unique story that it has taken a lifetime for each of us to write. It's taken you a lifetime to pin where you're sitting right now in that seat. You've been through ups, you've been through downs, you have traversed circumstances. There's things that you've gone through that you didn't think you'd get on the other side of, and praise the Lord, you're here. You made it through somehow, some way. Please don't disrespect that. Please don't appreciate to the full that has happened. So I think this is kind of funny. All right, here we go. Here are some ladies that I share the stage with today. Okay? Give them a clap. Amazing. I am here to hear these ladies. The ladies that's sharing this stage, they will be here where I was here before. Okay, so this is them. And then here's a toddler feeding a grandma blueberries. Here's a ask yourself when you're comparing, but I want to compare myself publicly to you. Because there's a notice, okay? There's a difference that you can see. I can stand next to Natalie and you're going to be like, Rachel, I love you, but you are not Natalie. You do not look like Natalie, okay? Why? Why don't I look more like these brilliant, gorgeous ladies? Why? Why? Because I'm this lady. This is it. I'm this lady. And here's news that I don't think that we stop to read, okay? Because we see the headlines, Rachel looks different, okay? Here's the main story. This lady here doesn't need me to be anybody else. Amen. She doesn't, right? She doesn't notice. She doesn't pick up, let's see a picture of that. Now show me a picture of Autumn. Room for improvement, Oma. No, she doesn't do that, right? So she doesn't need me to be anybody else. I need to be in agreement with that and quit disrespecting my personal significance with comparison. Because really, we're disrespecting our mamas that are so precious. We say, world's greatest mama, and then we be mean to her baby. We have these grandkids, if God help you if I corner you with pictures of Peyton, you're never getting away. You'll be like, please, I have to claw myself out. I missed my checkout, right? Because I want to show you all this. But if I compare myself, then I am saying, Peyton, you've got a less than Oma. I'm disrespecting her by comparing herself. I'm disrespecting my husband who chose me to be his partner in life. I'm disrespecting people, least of which is myself. So I need to get on the same page with the friends and the people who love me. And maybe you do too. Maybe it's time for you to do that also. I'm not alone in this. So here's what I know. If you're ready to quit doing something that I've talked about during this presentation, You're in the right place. This is the right place to do it. There's not a place that I would tell you, there's some places that aren't safe. This is a safe place. You've come to the right place to quit doing something today, okay? You are surrounded by friendly, loving people who support you, and they're cheering for you. They don't need to do keto the same way you do keto, but they're going to cheer you and they're going to support you. I know that because I've received that encouragement. I've seen it, and I've seen people give encouragement to one another. So I've seen love and action within this keto community, okay? And then you also have two people that you can count on forever. Always looking to cheer you. So thank you for sharing your time.
We had no money whatsoever, and I rode my bicycle to the library to start writing. And I think they still love hearing that story. They've heard it a million times, but I think they just hear how much we love them and we wanted to bring them home. But if you don't know, I'm probably the biggest introvert in the room, and I prefer to be out on a paddleboard. It doesn't mean I don't love people, I do. It just takes a lot of energy out of me. Here's some slides. They call me the whale whisperer in Hawaii. Here's a cool video we'll play. So I take my boys out on a paddleboard. And yes, we do wear life jackets now. But there's a baby whale, and I said, Micah, wherever the baby is, the mom's in between us. And he goes, I want to go home. And that was one of the coolest experiences of my life. Halle Berry, yeah, she's really awesome. She could be the biggest diva ever, but she's not. She's very down to earth, and that's my chocolate puddings. Anybody made the chocolate pudding? Yeah? I don't know if the Walt House would let me cook, but I'd love to cook for you sometime here. But she didn't want to share that. She loves the comfort food book. And she helped me write the Sugar-Free Kids book, because she's also very passionate about getting kids off sugar, starting at an early age. And here, a new life. Some of you might not know, but when I was 16, I went to the doctor and I wasn't feeling very well. Oh, there's the slides. Cool, I don't go way over here. At that doctor's visit, I was only 16, I was told I had PCOS, and she said, you probably can't have your own kids. Whoa, right? I also was given an antidepressant, I was given an acid blocker, and a prescription for IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. She said it was nothing I was doing wrong, it was just the cards I was dealt in life. But let me tell you, I worked at a coffee shop, so before I'd go to high school, I'd get up at about 4 a.m., and I'd go to the coffee shop, and I would make the scones and the muffins and the cinnamon rolls, and whatever didn't sell that day, I got to go home with, because I went back to the coffee shop after I was done with school. And you think I'm kidding, but I knew what days we would sell out of cinnamon rolls. So I would make extra. Do you remember like Seinfeld eating all the muffin tops? Like that, it was like the best, okay? But I took my dog to the vet that same week. Her name was Tiva. She was an awesome dog. And she was losing patches of her hair. And the first question the vet asked me was, what are you feeding her? Right? I was like, whoa, what are we feeding my dog? And so we went home, and she was my little buddy, so we both like changed her diet. I was like, we can do this, right? And I fed her the raw beef diet, raw beef and bones. And the reason I have addiction in the background is, has anybody gone through, like what happens when you try to cut out sugar? The people in your life make you like your favorite pie, right? Yep, my mom did. I'm so grateful that Rachel has transformed her parents' life, her mom's life, but I'm like still waiting for that. Granted, my parents aren't on any medication or anything, but I just want them to want it like I do. So I'll just keep trying. Someday I'll get them here. Here's a picture of me when I was a little girl. My love for baking started at a very young age. I just loved sugar at a young age too. I had a lot of ear infections when I was little, to the point where if I get one now, my ears will bleed. So I think being on a lot of antibiotics just killed my gut, and a lot of sugar cravings come with it. But I want to talk to you about the human design. What are we designed to eat? So I have a little video for you. I don't know if the audience will work here. Do you remember this movie? We're just like, look at what she's eating. It gets worse, I'm telling you. homeschool our children. Yeah, they're just shocked. We homeschool our boys, okay? But the homeschool projects are not really, I'm getting a little frustrated with it because you kind of try to teach them nutrition. And they needed to have some sort of starch. And I was out on my paddleboard and I get a text from Greg, do we have any starch in the condo? I'm like, starch? And I was like, would gelatin work? And the kid on the class with my son is like, you don't have any Capri Sun? He goes, Capri Sun? What's Capri Sun? And he proceeds to tell my kid what Capri Sun is. He goes, that sounds like sugar, cancer, and diabetes. I wish that he could use that for him, because he's pretty shy, and when you see him on YouTube, like, if you comment and say, Kai, you are amazing, like, that keeps him coming back. But what did our ancestors eat? They did not eat pixie sticks and Coca-Cola. If you look at this is, they're studying the collagen in early humans, and the nitrogen in them shows that they were higher level carnivores than hyenas, wolves. They ate meat. That's what the bone shows. These are just more studies. I just kind of want to hammer this home that Neanderthals and carnivores nearly ate the same trophic level. There's just some more studies. And I can give you these links if you ever want these studies. Now, what's really cool is the evolutionary changes of our gut. Now, if you look at that, we have the stomach, small intestine, a cecum, and the colon. And the small intestine is really great for digesting animal protein. And the colon is really good for digesting low quality foods and stocks and things like that. And if you look at the cecum or the small intestine of because everybody says we're like primates, but we're not a lot like primates, we're a lot different. If you look at the stomach pH, so herbivores had a stomach pH of 5 to 6, omnivores had a stomach pH of 3 to 4, carnivores had a stomach pH of 2 to 3. Does anybody want to guess at humans? You get it! Awesome, I wish I had a bun to throw at you. 1.5. It's 1.5 in a healthy human. Has anybody been on acid blockers? Yeah, right? You don't have that stomach pH for a long time after that. This is why, like my dad, he doesn't like to go to Mexico because he always gets sick. And I was like, well, that's because you don't have any stomach acid, Dad. Like, I could eat a rotten turkey and be fine, but he can't. But to my point, I don't like turkey, I don't know why I said turkey. But to my point, this is a picture that I took in Ethiopia. This is the meat store. There's no air conditioning at this meat store. And every day we drove by to get to the orphanage, and that same beef was hanging there. But you're meant to be able to digest that because we couldn't eat a whole woolly mammoth in a day. We had to kind of be able to eat rotten meat. So true or false, you need fiber to eliminate daily? False. True or false, you need fiber for a healthy gut flora? False. Like, I love Dr. Davis. I mean, he's one of my first contacts probably 20 years ago that reached out to me, wheat belly. But he always criticizes the ketogenic diet because you don't get any fiber for your gut flora. I'm like, well, there's other things that are better for gut flora, and we'll talk about that. But no, baby Kai, he's not depressed because he doesn't need any fiber. And his first food was bone marrow. Those are all from animals, right? Those are the top prebiotics anyway. And someone made this chart, one of the carnivores said, I thought it was cute. Collagen is a better prebiotic fiber because you get all the benefit without any of the bloating. Okay, I hope I don't offend anybody by the next one. But I'm a bow hunter, so yes, there's a deer I shot at the bottom. Does anybody watch? Thank you.